I'm a 35-year-old autistic loser from Austria in Europe. For the American viewers, okay, joke aside. I decided to start this channel for me as some kind of outlet, some kind of diary. And I watch a few other channels who basically do a similar thing. And I think outside of therapy, this helps me reflect on myself, my life, a little bit better, because I often think to myself I should write a daily journal, or at least a few sentences, but I hardly do it. I write I don't know, one page or half a page every few months, and every time I do it afterwards, I feel better. I feel like some weight left my shoulders, basically. It just took a mental dump or some kind of, you know, relief in a way. So yeah, I struggle with mental health, with depression, basically all my life since I can remember, since I can think back, since I remember elementary school, basically. Because unfortunately, I'm autistic and I'm a very, very late diagnosed autist, but I had the autism related problems all my life from kindergarten on. Social awkwardness, meltdowns, huge problem with loud spaces, problems in public spaces, never fitting in, always living inside my head, my own world. All these autistic shit, the masking, the the stimming, the tics. It's just I don't know, man. It's just on most of my days I feel like it's basically a divine joke or a mockery by God himself. Because it's basically I'm playing life on a Kumu mode or very hard mode. My life is playing an unfinished busted game. Uh, yeah, on a very high level, while other people play the same game as life, with a very well polished game. But that's not the problem in itself. The problem in itself, or the real problem, lies in people expect the same performance in all the normie, all the neurotypical societal sectors and aspects of life of me as normal people, and I simply can't do it no matter how hard I try, no matter if I give 150 or 200%, I'm always behind. I'm always losing, man. Doesn't matter what I do. Doesn't matter what I do. When it comes to career, when it comes to job, when it comes to school, when it comes to women, man, it's all just set to fail. It's doomed from birth, if you will. I mean, it's not that I don't want to. All my life, I tried so hard, got so far, but in the end, didn't even matter. I don't know. I don't have the answer. I mean, in the real dark days and the real dark nights, the bad thoughts. But yeah, I keep on going no matter what because I'm fortunate enough to have a small cycle or circle of friends that mean the world to me. That's basically family to me. And I'm also blessed with my awesome parents who are both still alive, which isn't, you know, that normal anymore when you're 35 and your parents are in the mid 60s or they hit the 70s. You can also have already lost one side or even both. I know people who already have gone through that or are in the middle of going through that. I also have an older sister, which I really love, and we are great siblings to each other. I would say we have each other's back no matter what. Since we were both little kids, and my sister also has a daughter, a niece, and she's one of my big reasons I didn't check out because I really enjoyed seeing her growing up, all the stages, from a baby to kindergarten through elementary school. I mean, if I would have checked out, I would have never ever met her and would have never witnessed all these amazing things and all the amazing days and we spent together and all the great memories. I also was fortunate enough to experience and having two family dogs. My parents got two dogs in my life. My first dog joined our family when I was 6 years old. And yeah, she reached the really strong age of 15 years. Unfortunately, the day came we had to put her down. And 2 months later, we got the second family dog, a golden retriever, who didn't get that old, but still almost 14 years. We had to put her down last August, and gonna be frank with you, man. Since then, I'm doing basically the worst I've ever did. It's like, man, I need a dog in my life, but I have a small apartment, a really small one-room apartment, a few kilometers away from my parents' house. So even if I want to get a dog, it's not allowed by the landlord in my apartment. And a big dog, nice Steffi by the way, a big dog would be really poor in the small apartment. And even if you take the dog for a walk 2 or 3 times a day, the dog is still missing out of a life with a family, having a garden and stuff. And personally, I don't want a small dog. If I would get another dog in my life, it would probably be a golden retriever again. My dad also said that a few months ago. If he would ever get another dog in his life, it would be a golden retriever again. Because man, they're such teddy bears. They're just so cool, and they're just such best friends and always there for you, man. My second dog, I was already an adult when my parents got her, but still, she was always there through the breakup with my fiance back then, through the heart attack of my father. She during the bad and during the good times, I could always count on my golden retriever, who just understood me just by my, I don't know, body language, aura. She always sensed what I needed. If I wanted to play, if I just wanted a hug. We were really, really made for each other. It's like she was my soul dog. And yeah, I'm very grateful, very thankful for the almost 13 years I had her in my life. So yeah, it's basically, my life is basically just struggle. All the people my age or the few friends I have, they are successful in life. They have wives, they have kids, they have clear career path. And then there is me, man, speedrunning the same game since 2014 with a few other games here and there. I don't know, man. I'm just not made for this employment thing. I'm really trying. I tried so hard. my last job, I tried so hard. I was working at a warehouse, worked my ass off, 50 hours a week, you know, with a part-time contract. But yeah, so short-staffed that you had to basically work 6 days a week with 2, 3 extra hours every shift every day. All that working in the cooler at 3 degrees Celsius. I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit. I'm sorry. And then I was like, yeah, fuck it, man. I can't do this anymore, man. All this shit. Where you never know when you come home from your shift. All this, wearing the headset all the time fucked so hard with my autism. All the noise in the warehouse, it fucked so hard with me. After 2, 3 hours, man, I was finished. My brain was fried. I just wanted to lay down and hold my ears, and I pushed through it. But what do I get? Just more work, more work. But then I couldn't do it anymore. Yeah, now I'm back at the job center basically, and it's really hard to find motivation again. Just to write at some companies, send your resume, and then I think to myself, what is it all for, man? Just to pay rent. I will never have a wife. I will never have a girlfriend. I'm basically invisible to women because I'm really, really, really not attractive. I'm basically the opposite of attractive. I'm not even 170 centimeters tall, so I'm really, I'm really a short guy, unfortunately. I have really, really ugly eyes, I have dark patches under my eyes, basically. Yeah. I'm a little bit overweight. I mean, there were times in my life where I was way, way fatter than now. And it helped me a lot with my confidence and with my mental health. So basically, I lost like 60 pounds overall, I would say, 65 pounds. I could still lose another 20, 25 to be really in the skinny, optimal BMI world, or, on the spectrum, if you will. And yeah, but it's hard, man, to motivate yourself. This is the other thing. If you don't have a girlfriend or a family, you come home from work, but what are you coming home to? As a 35-year-old man, you come home to your computer, you come home to your tablet, you come home to, I don't know, man, screaming neighbors. There is nothing that waits for you, man. No girlfriend. Nobody who just hugs you or asks you how your day was. It's just, yeah. Okay, how can I cope today to be ready for work tomorrow? Because then the sleep anxiety hits. I have to go to sleep. I have to sleep at least 5, 6 hours to be somewhat ready to work tomorrow. And then I keep myself awake because my brain is basically not my friend. Or, my brain is constantly working and thinking, and I can never, just relax as normal people do. I can't do that. Or as I have this constant inner voice in my head, you know. This the watcher, if you will, or the narrator. It's just, man, it sucks, man. Autism is so bullshit. And the worst thing is, what did my diagnosis, really do for me other than, yeah, give it a name? But that's all it is. There is no fucking cure for it, man. There's no fucking cure. You can't take a pill. It doesn't matter how much you work out, how much you work on yourself. If you eat clean and healthy. All this autism shit is not understanding a lot of things that some people just have hard coded in their brains, which I don't have. Or my noise sensitivity, or my obsessions. If I enter a room I don't know, I instantly start to count all the light bulbs in the room, stuff like this autistic shit. And this will never go away. It doesn't matter how much I drink, or if I don't drink, what pills I take, or if I'm not on antidepressants at all, which I am for years. I have so many different medications through. The one I'm on right now works pretty well for me, but unfortunately, it also has downsides, especially in the summer when it gets hotter. I sweat a lot. I'm not doing anything, and it runs and it runs, man. It runs. It's smashed shit. Or when it comes to the adult parts side effects, then it's not that good. I can't climax as a normal person, which really sucks. But yeah, it's in my world, it's still a small price to pay because I can, with current medications, I can at least go to the supermarket, get my groceries, drive my car longer than 10 minutes without getting a panic attack or without feeling overwhelmed, especially when it's dark or something, and it fries my brain. Things like that get really nicely treated by the current medication I'm on. But that's another thing, man. I will probably never be able to somewhat live a normal life without taking any psychiatric drug with any side effects, man. And it's not that I'm feeling sorry for myself. It's just nobody understands it, and nobody wants to hear it really. Because the fun thing is, a few years ago, I got a really bad, um, let's just call it, form of herpes in my face. Uh, I have to Google the word. I'm gonna add it in later. Oh, I know the word. It's shingles in my face, on my eye. My eye was really, really swollen, and it was inside my ear. And suddenly I had something, people could see, people sensed. And I just posted, on my Facebook story, for example, the picture of it, of my swollen eye. And so many people messaged me. I just, with the capture that I'm not a that I can't go out for 2 weeks because I don't want to contract someone. It's just, I also couldn't go near my sister at the time because she was pregnant. It's a long ago actually, than I think, or for the first place. But that's not the point. The point is, I had something people could see, people could see with their own two eyes. And so many people on Facebook wrote me, old classmates, oh my god, what's up? What is wrong? Do you need some help? And people in my inner circle, my family treated me with so much love and support, and it felt amazing, and it was also surprising at the same time, because in my head it was just, back then I was on a long time employment. Basically, I had this job for almost 10 years, and from in my head it was just, yeah, I'm 2 weeks free from work. Even if it was really painful to have this shit in my face, I got my painkillers and the other medications I had to take for this. It was bearable, and then, I don't know, 1 week in or something, I had this realization, when people were really this compassionate, this empathic towards me, this caring about me. And I was like, if you would know, this is still like almost nothing against my mental struggles, or compared against my mental struggles. My autism, my depression, my sleeping problems, my social awkwardness. Yeah, the bad thoughts, the really bad thoughts. It was just something so clear. We had this shingles, and you can't go to work, and you have to take this medication, and yeah, even if it was painful, it was itchy, but it was so manageable compared to my autism and depression, and to my everyday struggles, man. But it clearly showed me that, if you have something people can't see, they, even if they try their best to understand it, they can't. They can't understand it. Even if you could see it, even if you would have depressed autist tattooed all over my forehead, people would still, not get it. That's the shit. There is also a scene. I think it was in Daredevil or in Punisher. I don't remember anymore. Where is this veteran self-help group, and there was a guy with heavy PTSD, and he also said the same thing. He wishes he had something people could see and people could understand when he's talking to this other guy who lost his leg and who uses a prosthetic leg to walk. People see that, and if you just talk to people, I lost my leg back when I surfed, and people they're already they're already understanding and resonating with you and show compassion if you have something they can't see. People always naturally assume you're a fraud, you're a hoax, you're just, I don't know, scanning for pity and stuff. But pity is the last thing I want. I just want to have some basic understanding. But yeah, what can you do? You can only try your thing. You can only look for your way. I'm 35 years old. Still haven't found my way at all. I'm good at a few things, like speedrunning this game, which I could also do way more seriously, like streaming on Twitch 5 days a week. But I'm simply missing the focus, and it's just, I should probably do more with my life, explore more things, because if you don't check out, then it means you didn't give up, you know. And that's why I thought I'd give this new channel a try, because I'm also a musician. I make basically one man death metal, and I have an IP or an EP in the oven, which I should probably finish. Or not probably, I should finish it, but it's hard to find motivation. It's more of a winter thing to me, if I'm honest. I enjoy the summer. Besides the heat waves, I enjoy being outside, which I'm also quite not normal about. I enjoy the night a lot, being alone in the night. I don't need much when I'm on my night walks or when I walk out the bar or something. I'm really, really, you know, good with myself when I'm outside. There is an area in or close to my apartment. There's just a park bench and an ATM, and I just like to basically lay down there at night when it's really hot in my apartment and it's cooler outside, and I just lay there, earbuds in, use my backpack as a pillow, and just lay down for a few hours, and yeah, just it's like mental vacation for me. The world is silent, no cars, no people, the heat is bearable. I'm outside and in my head at the same time, and I mean that's a good thing about me. I don't give a fuck what other people think. It just doesn't bother me. I'm like this old school autist, not this new form of TikTok autistic, if you will. I'm this old school weirdo type of guy who doesn't get any understanding. Even, with people who are similar like me, who are also, a bit strange or have the same interest as me, as extreme music or other nerdy shit. I'm always still the weird one in the group. I'm always the extreme one in the group. And yeah, as I said, I have a small circle of friends, but a really high quality circle of friends who accept me and take me as I am, and it's really cool to have. Not everybody has that, autism or not. Not everybody has that. Yeah, I really want to get my life together and be open to new things, and I'm also kind of proud of myself how I managed the last job because I really gave everything. Waking up at 4 a.m. I gave everything, all the even all the things before you even start the job. You get there, you have the email back and forth. You have the phone calls. You have the okay, you gotta drive there. You have to have a few talks. You have to go through the whole interview process. Then you have to wait another few days for the last call if you get the job or not. And I really managed it well, and I got along with the staff and with HR and with my boss, and I did it way better than I expected, to be honest. So there must have been some growth and some development over the last years, which I realized it can't be any other way. I mean, I'm in therapy for like almost 2 years now, and yeah, this definitely did something in my communication skills, in my eye contact, um, management, I would say, because I don't do eye contact as a normal people. I either completely avoid it or stare at you. That people think they should be afraid of me because also you might have noticed my voice is really, monotone. I talk in a really monotone way, and yeah, this is also with my facial expressions. I have almost no facial expressions, and even if I do like a smirk or a smile, it's always calculated, or it's always conscious. It's always forced in a way. It's not this natural in the conversation kind of way people do it, or when there is some kind of photo session, or there is people make some family photo or photos for any kind of employment stuff. Man, my smile, my grin, it's always so off, it's always so forced, but I can't change it. I can't do it better. And no matter how hard I try, it's still not good enough. That's the shit. That's the bane of my existence. But I have to keep going, man. I have to find my way. I want to find my way. I want to be happy one day. I don't want to be rich. I don't want to. I don't want to have this La La Land dream life, fake Instagram rich Android Tate shit. No, that's not what I'm craving. I want this regular normal life. Wouldn't it be cool to have a job that fits me, that I really like doing? To have a girlfriend, to maybe have a dog again. I don't have one. I don't need a fat car. I don't need an expensive car. I drive my small car. I'm happy with it. It gets the job done, man. I can get my groceries. I can drive around. I can drive to work if I have a job. What more can you ask for? It's cheap to maintain because it doesn't have much HP. It's all, yeah. See, I'm a humble guy. I'm not asking for the world, not at all. Just my personal, small, happy life. That's all I want. But no matter how hard I try, or no matter how much I give, it's just not working out, man. It's all I wanted was a Pepsi. You know, I had this woman 1.5 years ago, or I quit the contact with her 1.5 years ago, and we really grew, much together. We met for a long time. We became really good friends, yeah, and as it is, the man develops feelings after some months, not from the start. It's just, man, we are made for each other. We understand each other. She also has an autistic son. She's a little bit older than me, and her son is in his early 20s, and we got along really well, really well. But yeah, she didn't answer my call, basically. I was just a good friend to her, the voice of reason. But at the end of the day, when Chad came along, she didn't care about all of this. But what can you do? I just walked away, and I think I'm gonna end the video here. This is a topic for another video. Hope you like it. Subscribe for more. Thanks for hearing it.